Thank you so much for being back to Eco Agent Realty International with the program MiCasaTV. And my name is Laura Lopez, and I want to introduce you a special guest that we have today. We have Monica and Dominic from Neighborhood Loans, and they're going to be here because they're going to share a lot of information about the new programs that they have. Thank you for being here, Dominic. Thank you for being here, Monica.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you,
being
Laura.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Could you tell us a little bit more about what kind of programs do you guys have? And what makes so special your company and actually you guys. You guys are the special because it could be any company as far as I know.
For sure.
What makes you different from the rest of the world?
Well, thanks for having us, Laura. I would say first off, but I would say what kind of separates us is we have basically a whole slew of products. I would like to say there's not any client that we can't help, as long as as long as it's in the residential avenue.
Hmm.
I feel like we have a program that can kind of help them out. We're hard workers. We like to work with partners who work hard as well. So I would say our biggest thing that probably sets us apart from other lenders is just our communication. We make sure to stay in contact with you guys, through the good, bad, and ugly. If it's great news, we want to deliver it, and if it's bad news, we want to deliver it as well. But I would say, besides from our product knowledge and all the products that we offer, I would say our communication is kind of what separates us.
There was one thing that you mentioned last time you went to our office, and you said you work 7 days a week,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that I can't forget that. So I'm hoping that that is that is the case, that you're gonna answer on Saturdays just like we work on Saturdays. We want to be able to find someone that could help us because we usually see our clients on Saturdays. They come to our office to get pre-qualified and they want to see what kind of program is out there.
Sure.
But yesterday and the day before yesterday, Sunday, we were working on Sunday too. We were working on Labor
Right.
Day. So we have clients that unfortunately have very, very strict jobs that don't allow them to get out early or to go to an appointment or miss a day. And those are the type of clients we want to serve. We want to serve everybody. But those that don't get a chance to say, okay, I'm going to be off or I'm going to get off early, I want to be able to serve those. And I think with you guys' help, that could be accomplished.
I
No.
would say you're 100% correct, Laura. People are off work during the weekends, and we know that you guys are putting in the legwork, throughout the weekends, and we want to be there to kind of support and help. I would say early on in my career, I had to learn that the hard way. I started out working for a bank, and
Uh-huh.
banks have real strict hours. We work from 9 to 5, and a lot of things were closed over the weekend.
Hmm.
So I would say our move to neighborhood loans, kind of opened up our eyes as far as, hey, if you're going to be in the purchase business, weekends you have to be available to all your partners. So we try to, pride ourselves on that.
Okay. Now, Monica, what part do you do in the process of loans? What do you do?
Okay, so basically, I started working whenever her loans at the beginning of the year,
Hmm.
and my goal when I first started with the company, it was being able to help more the Hispanic market.
Hmm.
Me being Hispanic, my family, already went through the process of going to different lenders and not getting probably a lot of information, and it's just really hard to for somebody that doesn't speak English being on the United States to be able to find someone that's actually going to help you and not just trying to sell you a house because it's
Hmm.
an investment for a lot of time. So when I first started with the company, that was my main goal, trying to open up a new market for them, actually help my people and just being on top of there. I worked with companies before that requested a certain type of customer service. So I brought that along with me and I try to implement it with the company. That way, it's not only one client, they can bring you so many after
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Being able to trust you and work with them and stuff. I always say like if you keep one person happy, I mean, there will be 10 behind them. Because
Yes. Yes.
it's basically the customer service that because that's what you said. I mean, there's a lot of companies that already offer the products and already offer some type of services that we do, but they're gonna keep coming back to you because of the customer service you provide to them.
Hmm. Very true thing. Yeah, and I understand that we all have a life, but there's times when people are in need of, especially when they already gave them like a month notice to get out of the apartment or a month notice to get out of the house because they're gonna sell it. So sometimes we gotta bend the rules and be a
Hmm.
little more flexible, and that's what we like to do as realtors. We make ourselves available for that situation because we wanna make sure that they get in the house that they need to get into. Otherwise, where are they going to go?
Of course.
And so that I like that you at the beginning, at least you at the beginning, you're establishing that with the client, and that way they know that if they have a question for you, then you're going to be there to answer those questions. Okay, so tell me a little more, Dominic. What are the products? Give me a product because you got a lot. You pretty much have everything,
Hmm.
even ITIN. You got all the products that you could think of. But today I want to touch up a little more about what would be a good product for first-time home buyer today.
So I would say I would say always the best. If you have your, if you have your closing costs and you have money for your down payment, I always suggest every first time home buyer take advantage of either an FHA or a conventional loan
Mhm.
that'll allow you to put the least percent down. I know there's a lot of rumors circling around, for people who haven't bought a home before, they may see that they have to put 10% down in some ads or 20% down. If you're a first time home buyer, there's definitely programs you could take advantage of to put a little less down. So closing costs and down payment, if you have it, I would say that's always the best because you get the
Mhm.
best interest rate.
Mhm.
You
Sure.
don't, you don't have to actually pay to get the assistance. Now,
Mhm.
for people who actually, need a little help with their closing costs and down payment, I would suggest one of my favorite programs in the state of Texas is going to be T-Shack,
Mhm.
just because they have a lot of flexibility on the different grants that they offer. They offer a 2 all the way up to a 5% grant. So I like to go with them when when it's possible, when it works for the client.
Mhm.
We could get that whole 3% paid for. If you choose a 4 or 5% grant, that extra 1% or that extra 2% will go towards your closing costs.
Mhm.
Really kind of limiting what you need to bring to the table to close on your home. I would say, a normal 300 to $350,000 home. If you were to use the 4 or the 5% grant, you would come to the closing table. I would say with around $3,500 to $4,500 as far as just your closing costs and the remaining costs that would be left. So around 4 grand with the down payment assistance program. Being a first time home buyer, we could definitely get you in a home.
Definitely, we could help a lot of people if they have their $4,000, like Dominic is saying. If they have $4,000 and they're thinking about buying a house, just give us a call and we'll be able to, sit down, with them and see if that's the right program for them. And we'll go from there. So now this is the best time in my mind. This is the best time to buy a house, and the reason why is because when there's income tax season, a lot of money gets money. A lot of people gets the money, and they want to buy two things, either a car or a house.
Right,
And
right.
you're competing with a lot of people that wants to do exactly the same thing, either buy a house or buy a car. So the majority of the people are going to be looking to buy a house.
Oh yeah,
It's a small percentage that are looking to buy a car.
agreed.
Now, then it goes the summertime. The summertime, the mothers need to get an address, the new address, because they're going to register the kids in the new school.
For sure.
And it's a lot of commotion. There's a lot of stuff going on. And I don't think it's a good time for a buyer to buy in those two times. I always tell my clients, right now, after everybody is in their school and they're not rushing to try to get an address so that they could register the kids, is the best time to buy a house, and do it before the income tax season is back.
Agreed.
Because once the income tax season is back, everybody has money and they're waiting for that money to do a big purchase,
Oh yeah.
like a house or a car. So, this is the best, in my opinion, this is the best time to buy a house, especially first time home buyers that weren't able to get the house that they wanted in the summer or in the springtime. If they waited and didn't get a house, this is the time for them to give us a call so we could be available and help them get into the best house. There's going to be a lot less competition right now that there
Right.
was in the springtime or in the summertime. So basically, they could get a better deal right now.
Oh yeah, I,
Eh,
I totally agree,
mhm,
Laura. I would say you're right. About 6 to 8 months ago, it was
mhm,
very tough to,
mhm,
get your offer accepted. It was very tough to, actually win that offer on the home that you love. But yeah, things have definitely calmed down a little bit
mhm,
now. Like you said, people are, where they need to be as far as their school goes. So yeah, I would totally agree. Now is definitely a perfect time to be searching
mhm,
for a home. It'll be a lot less competition.
mhm,
You'll be able to actually talk with the listing agents,
mhm,
besides them, hey,
mhm.
just send me your offer.
Yes,
You'll be able to
yes.
kind of communicate there and, find the best situation for every client. So, totally agree with you there.
Not only that, you probably have a little more time to go over documents, explain
Oh,
things,
yes,
answer all the
yes, for
questions
sure.
When in the summertime or in the springtime, you kind of like go when like, okay, we got to get it closed. Let's go next and next
Right,
because
right.
it was very demanding market.
Oh yeah.
And right now we got more time to educate the
Oh
clients.
yeah.
And that's what I like to do. Jose and I are very, very passionate about doing seminars for buyers to explain the whole process. And we usually have a loan officer that explains the process of the loan. But as a realtors, we want to make sure they understand. Some people can make it, some people are not going to be able to make it, but we like to get a group of people most of the time so that we explain at the same time to everyone.
For sure.
And that way, the consumer is educated in what they need to do and the things that also shouldn't do in the
Right.
Yeah.
process of getting a house.
Right.
Uh, Give me another product that you think, not a first time home buyer, maybe another product that you say, okay, you know what, somebody needs to hear about this good product. Maybe you told me last time you were in the office, but I didn't catch it all.
Hmm.
So can you tell me about another good program that you said this is a good program for your clients?
I would have to go with our investor loans, I would
Tell me
say.
about it. Tell
So
me about
our
it.
investor loans, we have a couple of different options that we offer as far as our investor loans. Credit score is going to have to start out somewhere between a 660 to 680.
Uh-huh.
But we have a couple different programs. Some where you can put as little as 10% down, and then some that you can put as little as 20% down.
Uh-huh.
One of my favorite things about one of our newer investment products is going to be an investor cash flow loan. So basically, that's where for all of our people who own Airbnbs, all of our people who rent out homes, we're able to actually give you guys income qualifications based on the RIP payments that you receive each month. So that's the one
Wow.
thing that I'm excited. It kind of takes out that 2 year work history, and you could still be an investor and continue to buy homes just solely off of your, Airbnb or your rental income. But our investor loans, I would say, they close pretty quickly as well. A lot of times investors have, their credit together and have a good little bit of money to put down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're able to, get you guys closed on them homes fairly quickly. We know investors, you know, would need to have a competitive offer as far as
Mm-hmm.
closing quickly, just because there's
Mm-hmm.
probably plenty of investors offering cash or
Mm-hmm.
quicker financing. So that's one thing that we kind of, pride in is offering quick service to our investors as far as getting their homes closed for them.
Are you talking about a loan when I'm about to buy the house, or are you talking about a refinancing of an existing house that I have in Airbnb? Which one are we talking about?
So we can help both, and
Both?
yeah, we can do both. I would say if you're going to do the investor cash flow loan, that would probably be more so, leaning towards actually buying a property. But as far as your, investors who would like to refinance, maybe get lower notes, so
Mm-hmm.
that you guys can see a little bit more profit with everything you're renting. We do have those products as well, for people who would like to purchase.
Okay. And give me just an estimate. If somebody with 680 credit score, because you mentioned the minimum credit score is about 680,
Mhm.
what kind of interest rate are they looking at?
So with the investor loans, obviously, interest rates are going to be a little bit
Mm-hmm.
higher because it's an
Mm-hmm.
investment. But I
Yeah.
would say those rates are around six right now. I would
Mm-hmm.
say, anywhere from 6 to 7, to be honest, depending upon the credit profile. It
Mm-hmm.
looks at a lot of different things when it gives you a rate, how much debt you currently have with that credit score. So, it just takes a full picture of, your whole credit profile
Mm-hmm.
when getting the rate. But I would say if you're around a 680, you could be expecting around a 6% rate with
Mm-hmm.
an investment program now.
And let's say an investor wants to buy a house
Mhm.
with that program. What condition the house could be in order for the bank to approve the house?
All right, so I mean, there's a couple of different ones. We have some products as is, so as long as
Uh-huh.
it's a conventional, got a conventional investor product, you can purchase the home as is, go in and fix up whatever you would like to fix up, and then if it meets the FHA guidelines, you can sell it FHA. But 9 times out of 10, you would have to probably go search for another conventional office if it
Mm-hmm.
was just a quick fix and flip. Now, if you were
Mm-hmm.
making it sustainable to live in,
Mm-hmm.
then you have different options as far as the offers that you can accept.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. Very good. Is there another program that you may want to add, Monica? Is there something else that you want to let us know?
Yes, actually, I like to talk about is the video that we posted this morning about for college students.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of college students that they don't know that we can take their college years that they went for from the last 2 years that they went to school. We can take them as an income, to show for them as because they were working full time. So there has been a lot of opportunities for college students to actually get their homes, which is the school. Um, information that they went to, and there's a lot of benefits. They can either go same conventional FHA, depending on the credit score. So they need to take advantage of that. They need
Mhm.
to not wait. A lot of people, we was talking about it a little bit earlier. Whenever they want to buy the home, they come right at the time that they want to buy the home. And
Mhm.
sometimes we need more time, because either their credit or their
Yes.
savings. So they need to come with us before they actually want to move into the house so we can
Mhm.
kind of guide them a little bit. Maybe they're looking for something that they don't even need, or they might need to increase their credit, or they might need to do certain things that is good for us to guide them. So a lot of the people that we're running into don't even know that they can use their college, proof for that. So we like to help a lot on that as well.
Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
and just to add on that, yeah, there's plenty of things for college students. They just can come straight out of college with their offer letter, strictly from their new job, and then their 4 year history as far as being in college counts as their work history. So they just send us that offer letter. They get credit for 100% of the money that's listed on that offer letter, and then we can go ahead and get you qualified from a house at that point. You could take advantage of the first time home buyer programs, fresh out of college. So I would say college
Wow.
students, if you're looking to purchase a home before you, get out in the real world and start racking up debts and, and messing with your credit, go ahead and give us a call and buy your first home. And, that could be a little leverage for you, a couple years down the line. You might be able to cash out and take some money out in a hard time, or just refinance to get your note even better as you, continue to grow in your career. But that's one thing, a lot of college students don't know. They think they have to get out of college and go work for 2 years and then they can buy a home, when it's definitely, the complete opposite.
Actually, I didn't know because I knew that doctors and lawyers, professionals like that, as soon as they got, out of college, they were able to do that.
Right, right.
But I didn't know that just a regular college student could do that
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Oh yeah,
I did
regular
not
college
know.
student. Yep. As long as you have an offer letter from whatever company that
Uh-huh.
you're moving to, you send that to us. Like I said, you'll get credit for 100% of that income for the full year, and your 2 year work history is basically satisfied. And from that point, it's just us looking at your debts and how much you're gonna make at that new job and giving you a pre-approval amount.
So you get them qualified based on the offer letter that
Yep.
they're gonna get,
Yep. Based on
even if they were 100% students when they were
yep,
in school.
there were
Are you
100%
kidding
students.
me?
Yep. Just off the
I didn't
offer letter.
know.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I didn't know.
There's a lot of
Oh
things.
my
A
God,
lot
that
of
is
good things.
amazing.
Yep.
Awesome, yeah.
That's a really good program. So, all the college students out there, give us a call.
For sure, for sure.
Give us a call because we have a good program for you that I did not know. Yeah.
But
Okay.
and then also I meant some other programs that we love to hit on. As Monica was speaking, she likes to help the Latina community. So we do offer I-10 loans as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We know that right now the 10% I-10 loan is actually very competitive in the market. So
Mm-hmm.
we're actually working with our company now to actually get a program where we can offer 10% down as well.
Mm-hmm.
I left here, funny story. We obviously had the meeting the other day. I left here, and that was the first thing I called my boss on the way. Hey, we got to get a 10% I-10 program so we can be competitive, because
Yes,
we understand that extra 5% is a lot.
it
So
is a lot.
if we could get that down to 10%, that would help. But as far as our I-10 loans go, they kind of start at that same 660 to 680. We kind of score our I-10 loans a little bit differently. So we actually use whoever makes the most money in the home. Whoever makes the most money in the home, we're just going to qualify you based off that credit score alone. So if your breadwinner has a 700 score, and let's just say your spouse has a 500 score, we're going to qualify you based off that 700 score. You're going to get all the perks that
Mm-hmm.
anybody with that high credit score will get. It'll help your interest rate as well. That's a little different than how the
Yes.
traditional loan products work, where we have to use the middle score of the lowest borrower. So
Uh-huh.
with a traditional loan, we would have had to qualify you guys based off that 500. But we can give you credit for that 700, get you a better rate. Right now, our product is set at 15% down, but like I said, we're
Mm-hmm.
working to, kind of get competitive there and offer that 10% down product as well. I'm gonna have to check with Alex and see where we are with that, but we're definitely working to get you there. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, definitely our I-10, we love to help there as well. 15% down currently, around a 660 score. We have a couple of different ways you could prove income. We have bank statement loans, so we can look at your last 12 or 24 months of bank statements and
Mm-hmm.
get you an income qualification based off that. I kind of advise that for your clients that love their tax write-offs. Most people
Mm-hmm.
that go into business for themselves, write off things on their
Mm-hmm.
taxes. this is a way that you actually can get credit for that full income without us only using your taxable income on your tax returns. But 24 months bank statements, or we also could look at your last 2 year tax returns and do an average of your taxable income and qualify you based on that. If you're able to provide tax returns, you actually will get a better interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
But if if you have to do the 24-month or the 12-month bank statement, you actually can. Interest rate will be a little bit higher, but at least you get full credit for your income, versus having to go off your taxable income.
Mm-hmm. And somebody with ITIN with 680 credit score, just give me an estimate. What interest rate are we talking about?
So I would say those are kind of going to fluctuate where our investor loans fluctuate. So it'll be anywhere from that 6 to 7%, depending upon the credit profile.
Mm-hmm.
I would say last one that we actually locked in for Victor, I think his was around a 6.375.
That wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, we can definitely get there as far as the rate go, but it just, it all they look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
How much months of reserves you may have,
Mm-hmm.
how much money you have sitting in the bank, your credit score, how your payment history. It kind of factors in a lot,
Mm-hmm.
with with I-10 rates.
Well, that's a lot of good programs. So people with I-10 that have the 15% as of right now, this is a good program. They take the highest of the two. Well, the breadwinner is what they take, the credit score or the breadwinner. So if the person who's making more money has a higher credit score, it doesn't get affected by the co-borrower that has a lower credit score. That's a really, really good program because that doesn't happen in any program at
I
all.
feel like that's most family
Yes.
situation. They'll have someone with great credit and then someone
Uh-huh.
who's working on their credit to try to get there. So,
Uh-huh.
this is a way you could leverage the power of your best credit score in the
Mm-hmm.
house and, get your most favorable rates and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But yeah, I definitely say that's something unique about our product that, may stand out against other I-10 loan products.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dominic and Monica, for being here
No problem.
with us, Jose and Lara Lopez from Eco Agent Realty and Micasa TV. It's been a great pleasure. We'll see you next time, and thank you so much for
Thank you for
being us.
having us.
And come back and see us anytime
Of course.
because there's so much knowledge that we didn't get to ask you all the questions. There were more. You pretty much have like about 20 programs that people needs to know, but we only have so much time. And so we're going to invite you, definitely, we're going to invite you again so that you could share more of the other programs that we didn't get to talk about
Of course.
today.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
guys
we
for
would
having us.
love to be back. I would say this is my first podcast ever live, so things will get better. I might have been stumbled over a couple words, but things are gonna get better. I'm good at my job on the back end. I crush it.
We'll get you
But
close.
would love to come back out, share some more product knowledge with you guys. We definitely appreciate your guys' hospitality.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
All right.